Okay, now here is a 12 by 12 grid that I made. It originally came from a book that had a set of 8 by 8 grids. They were basically eighths of a piece of paper, or eighths of an inch, I mean. And so that the number 8 actually fits very well into base 12, type design, because 3/8 are exactly 24, which is 2/12, or 2/12s, I mean. So you can divide it, every 8.5, you can divide into 12. But that's besides the point. I have this diagram here that has 360 degrees on it. And I am going to prove to you that the Proto-Semitic people allegedly created the letter Beth, and possibly even the whole alphabet, with base 12 square root radii. Okay, here we go. So, first of all, we got to know what the symbol is we're talking about. So basically, there's this symbol that allegedly, no allegedly to it, that's exactly where it came from these Egyptian hieroglyphs, right? And this is the letter that they call Beth, or the glyph that they refer to as Beth, and it came to mean it come to represent the number 2 in Hebrew and in Canaanite and Aramaic and all that type of stuff. So what if I told you that that's not just an arbitrary number? They had a piece of paper somewhere 4,000 years ago where they wrote all these down and wrote what the numbers of them are. You would think I was crazy, and rightfully so, but I'm going to prove it, right? Because nothing can be, there's nothing in the world that can't be proven with square root radii, right? Right, people? So let me just show you how and why the letter Beth looks the way it does. So first of all, I got my trace paper here, and I got the first dot there on the square root radius of 2, and then we come over here and we do the same thing on this other radius where it where the radius meets the base 12 Cartesian plane, and we do all 4 of those. And then what we notice, we begin to notice something. Oh my God, people. The letter Baith already has measurements of 2 in it. Before we even started making the symbol, it already has measurements of 2 in it. That must mean it was made from square root radii. That means that the Egyptians, that they didn't steal this from the Egyptians. They were just way smarter than the Egyptians, even though they wrote poorly and, probably didn't have many of the convenient things that the Egyptians had, and, were somewhat illiterate in speech. They knew math better than anybody else on the planet, people. And so if we take these genius Canaanites that were so far ahead of their time, they were like extraterrestrials. We can't imagine just how intelligent the ancient Canaanites were, people. Look at this. Oh my God. It's majestic artwork here, people. Majestic artwork. So what we got here already is we got two, right triangles. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So if you drew a line right in the middle of this shape, oh my God, people, oh my God, we got the square root of 2 times the square root of 2, which equals 2. Oh my God, it's a length of 2, people. And then if we come in here like this, look at this artwork. As I come in here, the square root radius circle of 1 touches right there. So it's got like it's a length of 2. So they did like a minus length of 2 here. And then we come down 2. And 1 times 2 equals 2, right? Because there's 2 1s. So I think we cracked the code, people. I think we know what the original, it was hard to tell on stone, back when they used sickles and shit, but check this out, people. Check this out. We got a minus value of 2 there. I got a decimal value of 2 inward, right? And how many of them? There are 2 of them, both laying on the square root radius of 1. 1 times 2 equals 2. So we got 2 right triangles there also, people. So that's 2 measurements of 2, because you got the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 equaling 2, and then you got the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 equaling 2 over here. So that must mean there's a positive and negative value of 2. How could ancient mortals know how to do this? This is majestic artwork, people. So you know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. I'm saying this to stop it from really hurting when somebody who really understands math comes down hard on Erik Larson. Because, listen, man, I know what it's like for somebody to make a video, kind of coming down on you. And I'm going to tell you right now, unless you can back this shit up, you got no chance. You got no chance, Erik. Somebody who knows math way better than me. You might think I'm being cruel here. I'm not being cruel. I'm being very, very frank. I don't want to see your sad face when Professor Dave or some other guy, some guy who really knows math and somebody who really knows history comes down on you hardcore and reveals just how stupid this idea is. Because we all know that the Hindu-Arabic numerals have a Hindu-Arabic origin. They started out in India, and they slowly from Brahmi. They started out from Brahmi, and they gradually made themselves to the modern day. They didn't start out in some, And there's this measurement here, and guess what this is? This is 10. There's a measurement of 10 here. So you got a measurement of 10. And you got a measurement of 10 here. And that's 20, but it's also 24 because you got 2 here and 2 here. So that's a measurement of 24 in there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we can make this stuff up all day. I could do a triangle here too. And if we wanted, I could somehow figure out how this times this and add this to this and this and whatever it is you do, I don't know the exact way you would measure this. Somebody could tell me in the comments exactly how I would do this. But here's the thing. Here's the thing about Erik Larson. He knows a lot of math. But this shit here is just him taking that lot of math and applying it to a completely baseless, very creative idea, but completely baseless idea that has absolutely no place in history whatsoever. I'm going to leave you with that. And hopefully, hopefully we can get past this nonsensical idea that ancient people knew what the hell they were doing when they made numerals.